if you go longer than 4 hours without eating, your body thinks that you're going into a starvation state. Just remember, the fat in your body is gold. That's the highest concentration of energy per certain amount. I'm not going to get technical here, but the body will hold on to that till the very end. So you'll burn all of your muscles, you'll hold on to the fat, you'll lose some fat, that's true, but you're going to lower your basal metabolic rate. And this is why with some of these quote-unquote fad diets, you'll see people with very cachectic looking, their muscles are atrophic, their skin looks sallow. We don't want that. We want to reward the body for the thing that it does for us, and that is it supports us and it allows us to do the things that are important to us. The glycemic index essentially is a relative ratio based on how fast the body can process sugars. It's based on essentially 0 to 100%, so the glycemic index is a ratio, as I mentioned, and then based on that ratio, different foods fall into different categories. Without getting overly complicated, I will just say that a cube of sugar and or Skittles is 100% because you can put a Skittle in your mouth, you can suck on it, and immediately your body starts to break down the carbohydrates. That's why we like to do it, because it makes us feel good. The bad news is that the sugars involved there are highly processed and your body can't do much with it other than store it for later use. Conversely, a 0% percentage would be a peanut. We all know that if you put a peanut in your mouth and don't chew it, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to stay there. So we have the bottom end and we have the top end. Just to point out, the glycemic index has really nothing to do with protein. We're not talking about protein at all. We're just strictly talking about carbohydrates. At this time, now we know the extremes, but we want to find something in the middle. And ironically, the middle here would be 55. If you look up a food on your phone or on Google or any other search engine that you choose, you will find that certain foods have a number associated with them, and we use that number to guide us on whether or not that food would be good for us. I'm going to throw out some numbers. It'll make sense for you once you dive into this, but for example, an apple. An apple has a glycemic index of approximately 40. This is something that's good because it's below 55. Another great example would actually be bread. You'll be very surprised to know that white bread has a glycemic index of 75 and whole wheat bread has a glycemic index of 74. They're essentially the same thing. However, we have been taught that whole wheat bread is good and white bread is bad. Well, I'm here to tell you that essentially they are the same. So again, armed with that knowledge, now you can start to make food decisions that are very, very helpful for you, because not only will you feel better, you'll have better digestion, you'll be less lethargic, you will sleep better, and you won't have that sallow look to your face because you're rewarding your body with the things that it needs.